Hello there. Happy Tuesday night, January the 16th, 2024. Hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world. Hope you are staying safe and staying warm. I am definitely trying to do so. I'm here in North Georgia where it is very, very cold. I'll actually do a live temperature check here in North Georgia. It is a nice, balmy 22 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is some cold times this week in North Georgia, the day after Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So hope that you're doing well and staying safe wherever you are. Just past noon today, we got the good news from the Criterion Collection that they are announcing their April 2024 titles. So I took a look at those titles. I'm going to talk about them tonight, share my reactions, and I'll just say right off the top here that it's very cold outside. The weather outside is frightful, but man, the Criterion Collection is definitely stoking the fires the early part of 2024. And I cannot wait to share with you my reactions to these titles, as well as, hearing what you think about these titles on the other side of this. Let's go. All right, the Criterion Collection has announced 5 new titles for the month of April 2024. So 5 new releases coming out in April of this year, following up on a pretty healthy slate of titles for January, February, and March. So I have to say, I'm really looking forward to hearing what you all think about these titles. But here's a quick rundown of what we have. We've got 5 titles for the month. We've got 5 Blu-ray Tuesdays in the month of April, and one Criterion Collection title will come out each of those Tuesdays. So we have one coming out on the 2nd of March, April, the 2nd of April, the 9th of April, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th of April. So it's a full month of releases, 5 titles in all, including 4 4K titles. 2 of those 4K titles are 4K upgrades of existing Blu-rays in the Criterion collection. So, Criterion is releasing 4K titles of new titles in the collection with new spine numbers, but then a couple of these titles are upgrades of existing titles in the collection. So a nice little mix there. You get 3 new directors, filmmakers in the collection. So I always love to see that. We've got new 4K titles. We've got new filmmaking voices coming in. So I am loving it. And we've got representation from around the world. We got France, Australia, Hungary, Cuba, the Soviet Union, and of course, the United States of America. North America. That's a little reference to Chris Rock and Bernie Mac starring in the film Head of State from 2005. If you have not seen that film, there is no chance in the world it will ever come to Criterion, but I highly recommend checking out Head of State. It's really, really good. Chris Rock running for president. Do I need to say more? That's all you need to know. You're in for a fun time. But yeah, before we get into these titles, let's see who's out there in the comments section here on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Let me know what the weather's like where you are. I know it's really cold here in Georgia, in North Georgia, but what's it like where you are? Ethan says, most excited about the Werckmeister Harmonies, and also glad I put off Picnic at Hanging Rock. For some reason, I knew it would get a 4K. Am Cuba is another must buy. Great. Yeah, it's months like this. I have a similar feeling, that you have, not for Picnic at Hanging Rock, but for the other 4K upgrade, Haine, which I held off on getting. I also wish it's a little complicated at Picnic at Hanging Rock. I did not hold off on getting it. I did get it, but I think I'm still glad I got it. And I'll tell you why when we get into it. I brought Barbie and Oppenheimer on 4K a couple of days ago and ordered 5 Criterions off of Amazon. Thin Red Line, The Furies, The Ballad of Narayama, The Organizer, and Summer Interlude. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, Film Watcher. Film Watcher 96 also says, great to see another film from the Letter Never Sent director. Yes, Mikhail. Yes. Yes, we will get into that for sure. Adrian James from across the pond saying, hello there, James. Hello there, Adrian. Hope you're doing well. I know it is very late over there, almost Wednesday morning. Madhouse Studio says, an absolute behemoth of a month. 2024 is looking to be one of the best years for Criterion. I agree. I mean, when January came out, those titles came out. Wow. And then February, strong month, March, and now a strong April. 2024 is shaping up to be a really strong year for Criterion. Island 007-100. How are you doing, sir? Hello, James and others. Some interesting titles that I've heard about but never seen. Awesome. Yeah, I've heard about some of these. I have never heard of some of these. So it's a nice eclectic mix for me that I'm looking forward to diving into. Internet user says hello to everyone. Hello to you as well. Mama Blu-ray, how are you doing, Mama Blu-ray? Good evening. Good evening to you as well. I had a chance to watch Sue's video. I need to watch some of the other, sort of farewell to Best Buy videos that are going around. I saw Huck at Pop's Huck's Pop Culture Cafe. I saw he just put out one, a farewell to Best Buy. So I need to check his out after this call tonight. So I look forward to that. But yeah, it's the end of an era. It really is. But hope you're doing well, Mama Blu-ray. I know it's cold up there where you are as well. Film Watcher 96 says hello. Hello. Hit the likes. Thank you, Mama Blu-ray. Appreciate it. 4 in 4K. 4 in 4K. 100%. Jerrison says hello. Hello to you, Jerrison. More 4Ks in April. You got it. Lynch and Oz also announced for Janus Contemporaries on Blu-ray. Okay. Yeah, we might see that actually on the site when we go on the site here in a second. Mama Blu-ray says we are having wicked ice storm in New England. Whew. I bet y'all are. Whew. But see, the thing is, y'all are probably used to it up there. Down here in Georgia, I tell you what, we freak out at the very thought of any precipitation or potential ice, and the temperature drops. People just freak out down here. Hello, James. -10 Celsius in Toronto, says Adam. Whew. Yeah, see, that's why I'm drinking this nice hot spot of spearmint tea this evening. I'm having a nice hot tea. I love herbal teas, and especially this time of the year. So I'm going to finish, when I finish up this spearmint, I'll then do a nice cup of or mug of the peppermint tea that I have from Bigelow. Let's see. Hopefully the 4K transfer and the Criterion release of Picnic at Hanging Rock will be better than the second sight release. Interesting. We shall see. So the second sight one was subpar. Okay, let me know. Adam says an amazing lineup this month. All of them are must buys. Yes, I'm intrigued by every one of them. Every one of these I am very intrigued by. Evening, folks. So stoked for the Bella Tar finally getting into the collection. This whole month is a hell of a slate. I agree. It really is. Hey, James, snowed in here. Criterion is done again with Haine. I have the Blu-ray already, but no Blu-ray is safe with Criterion going to 4K. No back catalog Blu-rays again. Yeah, that really is the dilemma for a lot of people. And all I can say is there's no way to really know what titles are going to release on 4K. The only thing I can probably say is, if it's a Blu-ray title that's come out within maybe the last 24 months, probably a good chance that you won't see a 4K upgrade anytime soon. But anything older than that, all bets are off. Who knows, Hello, James, everyone. Hello to you. Adrian saying hello to everybody, says Gungshi and Adrian. And Bosserman says 72 degrees in Southern California. You're bragging. You are rubbing this cold weather in our faces. And Bosserman, you are being mean there. Mean. Let's see. Jerrison says something with a color grading of the transfer. Oh, the second sight for Picnic at Hanging Rock. Yeah, that is the undoing of a number of these releases, is the color grading being off. That is definitely something that's very important with any of these releases. Hey, Adrian says, Jordo, we have Gungshi. I'm really glad to see Dogfight getting a Criterion release. It's a terrific film. I'm looking forward to seeing it for the first time. People saying hello to one another. Mama Blu-ray says, no worries. Have the fireplace, hot cocoa, movies, and our cats. We are good. That's the way to go. I mean, when the weather outside is frightful, if you got power, you got a nice warm drink in your hand, you got some nice food to eat, and you got some movies to watch, got your pets, it's all good. I love the fireplace. Having a nice fire is very comforting. Dogfight is a sweet movie, underrated film. Okay. Hello there, Adrian saying hello to Mama Blu-ray. Jerrison saying it's 1 degree in Vancouver right now and it will snow later tonight. Yeah. We're getting snow in like North Georgia. So that's a little bit north of me, but I'll have to keep an eye on the weather and see what the conditions will be like before I get on the road in the morning and head to downtown Atlanta. Hey, James, good evening. Hello to you, Larry, and good evening to you as well. All right. Let's not waste any time here. Let's go into what Criterion is bestowing upon us for a small fee. What is the Criterion collection going to send our way for the month of April? So you should be seeing my screen now. April titles announced. We love to see that. So let's jump on in. Let's see what is going on in the world of Criterion. I see a peek of the Lynch Oz that someone mentioned a second ago. So yeah, let's see what is coming soon here. Actually, let me do a quick gander at new releases first and address something here real quickly. On this top line here, The Red Balloon is a title that I plan to pick up in the flash sale that we expect that'll come up hopefully on the Criterion site, 24-hour flash sale. Fingers crossed that happens sometime in February or March. And if that does happen, I plan to pick up The Red Balloon. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I did a review on this channel, the 4K release, one of the best releases of the year. Absolutely fantastic. However you feel about Del Toro's vision of the Pinocchio story, this is a phenomenal release because I tell you what, the whole stop motion process, the whole process of making this film, you see it on the supplements of this disc. Absolutely amazing. Great release from Criterion. The Apu trilogy is out on 4K. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to get that or not. It is an amazing release. If you don't own it on physical media, to me, this is one of the best releases in the entire Criterion collection. Is from Satyajit Ray's 3 films, the story of a little boy when he's a little boy, an adolescent, teenager, and into adulthood, different stages of his life. He's growing up in India, and you see the ups and downs of his life, and it is very powerful. So that's the Apu trilogy. Blood Simple, one of my 3 favorite Coen Brothers films, is now out on 4K Ultra HD. I did a review on this channel recently. It is a fine release. I do a comparison between this new 4K and the Blu-ray that came out a few years ago. I have both of them, and I talk about kind of how they compare from a picture quality standpoint. As far as the movie, absolutely amazing movie from the Coen Brothers. It's a great noir from 1984, and I just cannot recommend it enough. And then just came out today, our wonderful friends at Amazon braved the cold weather, the freezing weather, to deliver to my doorstep this edition from Criterion on 4K. It's Lone Star. And this is actually what I'm watching tonight. And I'm going to share thoughts on this channel later this week. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really intrigued by the story. This stars Chris Cooper and Elizabeth Pena. So really looking forward to it. This is from John Sayles. He's the director of Matawan, that's also in the collection. And now he has Lone Star in the collection. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. I'm also looking forward to popping Oppenheimer in the player on 4K. I just got it. I saw it in the theaters, love this film. This is obviously not Criterion, but this is an amazing film. And I think on Oscar night, it is going to, I think it's going to have a very, very good night. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I plan to watch Lone Star tonight. So yeah, those are recent releases from Criterion. And now we'll get into what's coming soon. What's coming soon? Let's talk about that. Of course, I also plan to pick up in the flash sale the Chantal Akerman masterpieces. Chantal Akerman is the director who gave us Jean Dillman, 23 Quai du Khmer, 1080 Bruxelles, the film that she put out in 1975 that is now, according to BFI, or is it AFI, the top 100 listing, they listed it as, or the Sight and Sound survey made it their #1 overall film of all time, which I don't really fully agree with, but it is an amazing film. It's over 3 hours long, so it's a long watch, but it's really a great meditative work that I recommend if you're into that type of thing. But it makes me interested in seeing other works from Chantal Akerman. So these are, I think, 4 or 5 masterpieces from her from 1968 to 1978. So I definitely plan to pick up that collector's set in the flash sale. You have Mudbound that's coming out from Dee Rees, who also gave us Pariah, that's in the collection. So that is one to check out as well. Train Spotting, I've never seen. It's coming out on 4K. Looking forward to it. McCabe and Mrs. Miller will be out on 4K in February. This is a great Robert Altman film. Cannot wait to, I'm not sure if I'm picking it up or not on 4K. I have to see. I have it on Blu-ray, but I don't know if the upgrade is enough for me to want to make that jump. So we'll see. But the movie's amazing. And if you don't already have McCabe and Mrs. Miller, get it. Get it. It's great. Eric Romero's Tales of the Four Seasons will probably wait for the July sale. This item will not wait for the July sale. I will be picking this up in February. It is Heroic Trio and the Executioners. This stars Michelle Yeoh, Maggie Chung, and Anita Mui. And it is on 4K, and I am looking forward to it. I'm hoping the flash sale takes place. I hope this is available during the flash sale time, because I definitely want to pick this up. Then you have a Janus Contemporaries, Fire by Christian Petzold. Nothing But a Man's coming out, which I'm very fascinated to check out. The Roaring Twenties with James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart from 1939. Amazing, amazing looking film. All the Beauty and the Bloodshed. This documentary is very fascinating to me, so I'm looking forward to that. the All That Money Can Buy, the Daniel Webster, Devil and Daniel Webster story, The Runner, Lynch Oz, which someone mentioned is coming out on Janet's Contemporaries. Don't know anything about it, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. Alice Diop, Saint Omer, has a very interesting story that I'll probably check out during the July sale. And then I will definitely be picking up on day one this 4K of To Die For from Gus Van Sant, who gave us, Gus Van Sant also directed My Private Idaho that's in the collection, as well as My Noche that's in the collection. So definitely plan on picking up To Die For, starring Nicole Kidman on 4K Ultra HD, that is coming out at the end of March. So that then brings us to this top row where we're looking at the April titles. We're getting 5 of them. They're one a week. April the 2nd, April the 9th, April the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th. So let's jump right in with the first one on Tuesday, April the 2nd, Haine. And this is from director Matui Kasavitz. And I believe that this is the only title in the collection from this director. This is a 4K Ultra HD release that is an upgrade over the existing Blu-ray in the collection. Now, it's coming out April the 2nd. It's going to be on 4K Ultra HD in a 2-disc collection. It's also still going to be available on Blu-ray, and very importantly, it's going to also be available on DVD. So you're going to have all of those options available for this title. This is a film from France. It's from 1995. This is a title that I've seen in Barnes & Noble for years. Every sale, I'll go into the Barnes & Noble and I'll see this pretty much on every sale. And I've passed on it each time. Now I'm glad I did, because it's coming out in 4K, and this might be a great opportunity for me to check this title out for the first time. So it says here that Kasavitz took the film world by storm with La Haine, a gritty, unsettling, and visually explosive look at the racial and cultural volatility in modern-day France, specifically the low-income banlieue districts on Paris's outskirts. Aimlessly passing their days in the concrete environs of their dead-end suburbia, Vince, Hubert, and Sade, Jewish, African, and Arab respectively, give human faces to France's immigrant populations. Their bristling resentment at their marginalization, slowly simmering until it reaches a climactic boiling point. Okay, it's a work of tough beauty, landmark 90s French cinema. Sounds fascinating. All of these features, I would imagine, similar to what they've done on other 4K upgrades, should all be the same as came out on the original Blu-ray. But one thing I am noting here that is very intriguing, especially for those of you who may already have this on Blu-ray and you're wondering, should I even consider an upgrade? One thing to consider is this does say a new 4K digital master. So that is something to note if you're thinking, is there going to be enough of a visual upgrade to consider picking this up? I would say if you love this film, seeing that this is a new 4K digital master, that might provide enough of a bump to maybe make it worth it. But we shall know once this comes out and we see reviews on it. But it's a new 4K digital master. You are getting the 2.0 and 5.1 surround DTS soundtracks. The 4K, there's a Dolby Vision HDR grade on it, so that's interesting. But all the other features are the same. The commentary, the introduction by Jodie Foster, 10 years of La Haine, featurette on the film's setting, production footage. So yeah, all that should be the same. There's an essay from film scholar Jeanette Vinciadu and a 2006 appreciation by filmmaker Costa Gavras. So very interesting. This is a film I have never seen. So again, I love discovering new titles. I've seen it in Barnes & Noble for years, resisted picking it up, and now might be a better time than ever to pick up this title when it comes out in April. I'm not sure if I'll pick it up in April, or this might be a title that I'll wait for the July sale, but let us know in the comments what you think about La Haine from Matthew Kasavitz. So that is the first title coming out in the month of April. The second title coming out is coming out a week later on Tuesday, April the 9th. It is Picnic at Hanging Rock from director Peter Weir. Now, Peter Weir also has another title in the collection, The Last Wave, which is available on DVD. Let's see, is it still available? Yeah, still available, actually, on DVD. Spy number 142. So that is something to be aware of. But so he's not new to the collection by any means. But this is Picnic at Hanging Rock, which is an existing Blu-ray edition in the collection under spine number 29. So this is one of those early Criterion collection releases. This is now coming out on 4K Ultra HD 2-disc edition. Blu-ray and DVD options available. It's coming out on April the 9th. And again, similar to these other releases, these 4K upgrades, all the features are the same as the original Blu-ray release. So no new special features. What you're getting is a 4K disc. Now, in the case of this 4K disc, what's important to note is that, again, this is a new 4K digital restoration. So that is definitely something to note. I happen to have Picnic at Hanging Rock in my collection. This is the dual format edition that came out several years ago. So I have this on dual format from Criterion. It's this nice thick edition here. And what's included in this edition that's really cool is you get this like novel. You actually get the novel by Joan Lindsay. Now, a question that I have is whether or not this new 4K edition is going to include this novel, but it's a thick novel that you're getting with this, or that came with this original dual format edition. And then, of course, back then when Criterion was doing dual format, they were putting out, 2 DVD and 1 Blu-ray disc sets in this edition. So it'll be interesting to see what the package will be like for this new edition. Will it include that novel? Will it be like a digibook like this dual format edition, or will it be something different? So that's something to look out for. But that's one thing when I said earlier that I don't regret getting it, even though this is a 4K, I don't regret it because you get that nice novel that comes with it. But I'm not sure if that will be the case on the 4K, but we'll see. But at the time this came out, it was a remastered high definition digital film transfer at that time. But now on this edition, it's a new 4K digital restoration. So that leads me to think that this could potentially be a nice upgrade over the original Blu-ray. And I think that Blu-ray came out quite some time ago. So I'll have to double check when that Blu-ray came out. Actually, if y'all will indulge me, I'll do the very fast fingers here. Picnic at Hanging Rock came out from Criterion. Digipack came out, come on internet, in 2014, June of 2014. So we're talking about, this is basically a 10-year-old Blu-ray that is now we're getting a new 4K digital restoration. So those, data points make me think this could be a nice upgrade over the original Blu-ray. Now on the 4K, it says in HDR, so not Dolby Vision, in HDR. And of course, you get the Blu-ray with the film and special features. All the other features here should all be the same as the original Blu-ray release. But again, you have the 4K Blu-ray and DVD buying options. So that is really, really cool. But yeah, this is Picnic at Hanging Rock. And I'm almost ashamed to say, this is one of those backlog treasures that I have in my collection. I've had this in my collection for years. It's been collecting dust on my shelf. I still have never seen it. So, I need to rectify that. I need to watch Picnic at Hanging Rock by Peter Weir. It says this sensual and striking chronicle of a disappearance and its aftermath put director Peter Weir on the map and helped usher in a new era of Australian cinema. Based on an acclaimed 1967 novel by Joan Lindsay, which is included in the original Blu-ray release, Picnic at Hanging Rock is set at the turn of the 20th century and concerns a small group of students from an all-female college who vanish along with a chaperone while on a St. Valentine's Day outing. Less in a mystery than a journey into the mystic, as well as an inquiry into issues of class and sexual repression in Australian society, Weir's gorgeous, disquieting film is a work of poetic horror whose secrets haunt viewers to this day. Okay. Well, maybe it'll haunt me when I watch it, but it hasn't haunted me because it's been sitting on my shelf. So I need to check it out. But this is a very fascinating new 4K release that's coming out, and based on the new 4K restoration, there's a good chance that it could be a very, very nice looking picture. So yeah, that's Picnic at Hanging Rock. And then let me stop sharing real quickly. Let me come back out to the comments and see what you all are saying. See how y'all feel about what we're seeing here. Let me see where I left off. See Laren. Yeah, Adrian saying hello to Laren. People saying hello to one another, which is great. People just, trading highs and hellos. And then see Madhouse. The second site release has both the theatrical and director's cut in 4K, whereas it looks like Criterion is only offering the director's cut. Something to keep in mind. Oh, that's for Picnic at Hanging Rock. So interesting. Yeah. I mean, these different, labels, release these films in different ways, different options. So that's definitely something to consider when you're weighing which one should I get. I'm hoping to get Pinocchio in the next flash sale. Yeah, I think it's worth getting. It's one of those things where I would recommend if you get Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio or del Toro's Pinocchio, go into it and just appreciate the film for what it is without comparing it to the Disney classic. Just avoid that. Just appreciate it as this is a new telling of the Pinocchio story, and you'll probably appreciate it a lot more. And then just go through those special features and see the whole stop motion and just the passion that Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafson put into making this film. I think you'll appreciate it a lot more. It's really, really fascinating. James, thank you so much for your Blood Simple review. I think I'm going to stick to my Blu-ray for now and save my money. Thanks to you. Yeah, I to make a long story short, I made a comparison between the 4K and the Blu-ray in that case, and the 4K looks absolutely terrific, but the Blu-ray was also terrific. So the gap in picture quality, not that significant. If you already have the Blu-ray for Blood Simple, you're probably in pretty good shape. And that's one of those examples where the original Blu-ray was based off of, at that time, a new 4K digital restoration. And so what they did is they took that same restoration and put it on a 4K disc so you can see it in native 4K. So, but because it's based off of the same 4K restoration, you're not seeing much of a difference. In cases like this, where you have literally, in the case of like Haine, in the case of Picnic at Hanging Rock, you're going to new 4K transfers, new 4K digital restorations. So that opens up the opportunity to have maybe a bigger gap or bigger jump in picture quality when you're going from old high definition transfer to a 4K transfer or a new 4K restoration. So I think for these titles coming out in April, probably a better chance for a bigger jump. We are both new Oppenheimer 4K owners. Nice. Yes, I just got it the other week and I haven't popped it into player yet, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I was blown away in the theater watching that movie. It's an amazing film. It's long, but it's an amazing film. And I'm expecting it to have a big, big night. I expect it to probably win Best Picture. Nolan may win Best Director. Robert Downey Jr. and Cillian Murphy will probably win acting awards. I mean, and then I'm sure it's going to win a slew of technical categories. I mean, it's just one of the best films of the year by far. For sure, the best film of last year. Yeah, I mean, it's up there. We need more directors like Christopher Nolan. I agree. I mean, he has such passion behind the technical aspects of making a movie, telling a story. He's a good storyteller, and he is a wonderful technician. And he just does amazing stuff with the camera. I mean, in terms of how he presents the story. Really, really good artist. You got to check out Poor Things, my man. Emma Stone is Performance of the Year. Okay. Heard good things about that. He is cool. Okay. I pre-ordered, I think being Nolan, I pre-ordered Trainspotting in the holiday sale last month. It will be an interesting film. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I've never seen it. I also want to pick up The Holdovers. Yeah, I've heard about that. Paul Giamatti. I've heard that's a really good movie. So I need to check out The Holdovers, and it comes out the 23rd. Okay. What about Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon? Yeah, Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. I still have not seen that. I still haven't seen it, but I've heard it's good. Heard it's also very long, maybe too long, but I've heard it's good, which I would expect nothing less is Martin Scorsese. I hope we get a 4K of Killers of the Flower Moon. We probably will. I mean, it's a new film. It should come out on 4K. Hopefully, Paramount released it with Apple Original Films. Okay. Film Watcher says, yeah. Still haven't watched Haine, so it looks like I was smart to hold off for so long. Yep. Jodie Foster. Yeah. Yeah, she is on one of the supplements for Haine. She also is in True Detective Night Country, which I still need to finish watching on my phone. I downloaded the copy from Max, the Max app on my phone. I still need to watch the rest of it tonight. I think I've got like 10 more minutes of it, maybe less than that. So my viewing for this evening will include a Lone Star on Criterion 4K and watching the last few minutes of True Detective Night Country, episode 1. See, Haine's a masterpiece, still relevant, coming of age story. I'll probably break down and buy the 4K. Yeah, for me, it'll be my first time owning it on physical media, so I'm not double dipping, so I'm happy about that. It looks good in 4K based on the pictures from it. Cool. Multiple versions, including a dual format version. Which one? Which one are you referring to, Jerrison? Is supervised? Oh, you mean Picnic at Hanging Rock? It'll be better for sure. Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, if it's a new 4K restoration and it's compared to a Blu-ray that came out 10 years ago, if it's not better, I mean, what are they doing, right? The second site release was just approved by him. Okay. I don't think the 4K will have the novel because I don't even think the Blu-rays come with it anymore. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing with, I think this is a case where I don't mind having already gotten this. I'll probably watch the movie and decide whether or not I even want to get the 4K. I may watch this movie and I may be perfectly happy with the copy I have. It's one of those things where, unless I really love the movie, it's not really much of a need to upgrade to 4K. I may watch it and really like it and appreciate it, but don't really need to pay for a 4K release of it. But we'll see. Sounds like you've got a collector's item, James. Yeah, I think so. I think I do. With that novel. Mr. Culture, hello to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, Holland. Wow, Haine in 4K. Yes, it's coming in April. It's coming in April, my friend. I liked Pinocchio. I'm getting it for the special features. Yeah, the special features to me are the big draw with that release. I would say, did I really like the film itself? It was okay. But I think the special features really, really makes you appreciate it even more. You just see the passion that Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafson had with this project. It just makes you appreciate it even more, Hey, Holland. People saying hello to one another. What's up, Dell? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Trini and Dell. People saying hello to one another. JG, good evening. Holland. People just saying hello. Saw Maestro. Amazing. Oh, with Bradley Cooper. I really want Bradley Cooper to get an Oscar one of these days. I think he deserves it. I want to see it happen for him one day. One of these days. What's up, Jordo? Let's see. Sup, Dell, Laren. People saying hello to one another. Now, Lane Mack. I have both Haine and Picnic at Hanging Rock on the Blu-ray. I don't even have the novel with my Blu-ray because it's not included anymore. Yeah, I got the old dual format edition. So it'll be interesting to see what the 4K will include. If I had to guess, I would probably say it wouldn't. I would probably be surprised if it did. But we'll see. We shall see. All right. So let's go ahead and let's jump back to the Criterion site and let's see these last three. I'll go through these last three and then we'll come back to the comments and we'll wrap this thing up. I'll also wrap myself in a blanket because even though the heat is on in the house and it feels okay, I still, as cold as it is outside, I need to kind of bundle up a little bit more. And then I need to also check on my dog Shiloh and make sure he's okay. I have him downstairs watching I think Law and Order or something. So he seems to like that. So he can tell me what he thinks about the latest episode he's watching. So then we have Werckmeister Harmonies. Now this title is coming out on April the 16th. So this is the third title coming out in the month of April from Criterion. It is a new spine number 1215 in the collection. It is coming out on 4K Blu-ray, and DVD. So this is a new film in the collection. These are two of the new filmmakers in the collection, Bellatar and Agnes Harinsky. And it's called Werckmeister Harmonies. So I'm going to show you a picture of these filmmakers here in a second on IMDb. But this is from what I understand, this is sort of a visual masterpiece, if you would. It's a very different type of a film. It's more of an art house piece of cinema. And it says this mesmeric parable of societal collapse is an enigma of transcendent visual, philosophical, and mystical resonance. Adapted from a novel by Laszlo Krasznahorkai, Werckmeister Harmonies unfolds in an unknown time in an unnamed village where one day a mysterious circus, complete with an enormous stuffed whale and a shadowy demagogue-like figure known as the Prince, arrives and appears to awaken a kind of madness in the citizens that builds inexorably toward violence. In 39 hypnotic long takes, engraved in ghostly black and white, Artur Bellatar and co-director editor Agnes Harinitsky conjure an apocalyptic vision of dream-like dread and fathomless beauty. Okay, this is an artistic film that's coming out on 4K Ultra HD with a new 4K digital restoration supervised by Bellatar. There is no mention of HDR. This is a film in black and white, so there is no mention of HDR, Dolby Vision, or HDR. So that's interesting to note, which I think, is perfectly fine. I mean, I think that the decision of Dolby Vision or HDR or any kind of HDR grade really comes down to an artistic choice of will adding HDR10 or Dolby Vision, will it enhance the image? Will it add to the picture in a meaningful way? Or will it go too far in driving too much contrast or popping the colors beyond what the filmmaker intended? So sometimes HDR might be a little bit too much for a film, depending on the way the film was shot. And they make the decision to say, you know what, let's just do a nice restoration in 4K and leave it at that. So that could have been the decision here. You have Family Nest, the first feature film. So they include a film from Tar from 1979. This is a new interview with Tar by film critic Scott Foundas and an essay by Dennis Lim. So not a lot in the way of features. This is a film from 2000. It's 145 minutes. It's in black and white. It's Hungarian. And I'll play a little bit of this to give you a flavor of what is entailed in this series of 39 long takes.
Látod, mennyi bajt csinálsz?
All right. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want any kind of any kind of issues there with copy stuff. So, but yeah, this sounds to me like one of those films. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go for this. I'm going to read up on it when it comes out and just sort of see what people's impressions are. But it seems like one of those artistic films that may not be for everybody per se. But it's coming out on 4K Ultra HD. Blu-ray, DVD, so all the buying options are available. It's coming out on April the 16th, and it's coming out from Criterion. And it's one of those things where Criterion is releasing this for a reason, and this might end up being a blind buy that I might get into, and I might watch it and be blown away by it. But I'll read up a little bit more on it and see whether or not this is something I want to get into. But let me stop sharing real quickly, and let me reshare so I can show you these filmmakers real quickly, so you can know who these filmmakers are. Who are these filmmakers? So you should be seeing my screen here, which is on IMDb, and I'm going to go to Werckmeister Harmonies. This is the film from 2000. From these filmmakers, the directors are Bellatar and Agnes Harinsky. So Bellatar. This is Bellatar. So it's from 1955 in Hungary. He's a Hungarian producer and director known for this movie, as well as these other films listed here. And he is married to Agnes Haraniski. So this is a husband-wife team. His wife here, Agnes Haraniski, is an editor. She was born in 1945. She's an editor known for the Turin House, Werckmeister Harmonies, and The Man from London. She is married to Bella Tarr. So this is a Hungarian filmmaking couple, and they are bringing us this very artistic film, Werckmeister Harmonies, coming out on the Criterion Collection. So find that very interesting. Let's jump back to the Criterion site and let's look at these last two titles, and then we'll come back into the comments, and then we'll put a big bow on this thing and send you all into Hump Day or the rest of your evening before Hump Day. So let me go back here. So we've covered Haine, Picnic at Hanging Rock, and Werckmeister Harmonies. All three on 4K Ultra HD coming out in the first part of April 2024. Now we get to another title called I Am Cuba, which is one I'm very intrigued by that I will probably be picking up. This is from Mikhail Kalatazov, who is not new to the collection. He is no stranger to the collection. He also gave us Letter Never Sent. That is a title in the collection I've seen at Barnes & Noble for years and years and years. I still have not picked this one up. At some point I might, but let me know what y'all think of that title. He also gave us The Cranes Are Flying. So I have not picked up either of those titles. So this will be the third title in the collection from this director, Mikhail Kalatazov. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. This one, please note, is going to come out on April 23rd, and it'll be available on 4K and Blu-ray. Note that currently on the Criterion site, DVD is not offered as an option. So it would appear that DVD is not an option in this case, but continue to check back with the Criterion site on any updates. But as of right now, it looks like it'll only be out on 4K, Blu-ray, and Blu-ray. The spy number is 1214. This is a film from Cuba and the Soviet Union. It's from 1964. It's 141 minutes. And this is coming out on 4K Ultra HD, a new 4K digital restoration of this film. And it says here you get one 4K Ultra HD of the disc of the film and one Blu-ray with the film special features. There's no mention of HDR. So that's interesting to note. You do get, a few features on here. You get a interview from 2003 with Martin Scorsese. So a 21-year-old interview, a new appreciation of the film by cinematographer Bradford Young. So alternate Russian dub soundtrack, an essay by Juan Antonio Garcia Borrero. You get I Am Cuba, the Siberian Mammoth, a 2004 documentary on the making of this film. So you get a few features. It's not loaded by any means, but this says I Am Cuba, both a landmark of radical political cinema and one of the most visually ravishing films ever made. This legendary hymn to revolution shimmers across the screen like a fever dream of rebellion, the result of an extraordinarily ambitious collaboration between the Soviet and Cuban film industries. Director Mikhail Kalatazov's I Am Cuba unfolds in 4 explosive vignettes that capture Cuban life on the brink of transformation as crushing economic exploitation and inequality give way to a working class uprising. Backed by Carlos Farinaz's stirring score, the dazzling camera work by Sergei Urevsky, and inspiration for generations of filmmakers to follow, gives flight to the movie's message of liberation. So, sounds absolutely fascinating. This film from 1964 looks to be in black and white. It looks to be a very fascinating film and story from this filmmaker that I'm looking forward to checking it out. So let me know what you think of this in the comments, whether you're watching this live or you catch this on a replay, what you think about I Am Cuba. But it's coming out with 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray on Tuesday, April the 23rd. So that's the 4th title coming from Criterion in the month of April, which leads us with the last title, number 5, coming out at the end of the month on April the 30th. And it is a film from Nancy Savako, and it's called Dogfight. Now, Nancy Savako is the next filmmaker who is the new filmmaker. So she's the 3rd a new filmmaker in this collection, along with the husband and wife Hungarian couple who are giving us the other film, Werckmeister Harmonies. So Nancy Savoca also joins the collection as a filmmaker with Dogfight, the film from 1991. It is a film from the United States. It's coming in at 93 minutes and it's spy number 1216. This title is the only Blu-ray title of the month. So it's just coming out on Blu-ray. So it's not 4K. It's just coming out on Blu-ray. No DVD option. So it's just coming out with that single format option of Blu-ray on Tuesday, April the 30th. This is a film that stars River Phoenix and Lily Taylor. It's a Nancy Savoca film called Dogfight. It's a love story. It says the rules of the dogfight were simple. Everyone puts in $50. The guy with the ugliest date wins. It's an interesting premise. But anyway, it says an ineffably bittersweet portrait of youth in the 1960s. Nancy Savoca's funny, sensitive tale of love and war etches two vividly alive characters, aspiring San Francisco folk singer Rose Lily Taylor and hot-headed Vietnam-bound Marine Eddie River Phoenix, who meet on the occasion of a cruelly misogynistic party where men compete to bring the most unattractive dates they can find. But what begins as a night to forget unexpectedly develops into something far more meaningful, featuring music by folk legends Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, and Pete Seeger. See, I'm already in. I'm already in. That brings me in right there. Dogfight captures the miracle of human connection while gracefully subverting ideas surrounding machismo, patriotic duty, and the very meaning of America itself. Interesting. So this is a new 2K digital restoration for this Blu-ray, supervised by the director with a 2.0 surround sound DTS Master Audio soundtrack, audio commentary featuring Savoca and producer Richard Guay, a new interview with Savoca and actor Lily Taylor, conducted by filmmaker Mary Herron, and some new interviews here with several folks, a trailer, and an essay by film critic Christina Newland. So got a few features. I don't think any of these releases this month are incredibly packed as far as supplements, but there's some stuff to chew on there. You have some commentaries, you have some interviews, you have some making ofs on some of these. So, it's enough. But here you have a 2K digital restoration, so it, probably will look very nice on this Blu-ray edition. So looking forward to checking this out. And we see here, let's see these pictures down here. Something to kind of chew on here with the premise of this film. It's a very interesting premise. I love the soundtrack being the folk soundtrack with the Bob Dylan and Joan Baez music. That definitely intrigues me, and I'm just intrigued by this story. Let's play a little bit of this trailer.
We have a tradition in the Marines. The rules are simple. Each of the guys puts in $75. You set up a meeting place and time.
Excuse me, hi.
And then you go out and see what you can bring back.
What's your name?
Rose. Rose Fenny.
Better shove off here soon. Gotta go to a party. Say, maybe you'd like to go with me.
A dress-up party?
Yes.
Yeah. So that gives you a little flavor of what this, what's in this film here. And I think the premise is very interesting. But let's check out this director real quickly. Let's see who Nancy is, who directed this movie. Who is Nancy? Who are you, Nancy? I'm the director of Dogfight. Oh, that's right. Let's see here. Dogfight. Nancy Savoca. So this is the filmmaker here, Nancy Savoca, who is giving us Dogfight. You see Nancy in some different situations here. That's cool. Cool. So yeah. So that is director Nancy Savoca, director of Dogfight, starring Lily Taylor and River Phoenix. So definitely looking forward to checking that out. But yeah, so those are the 5 titles. I'll do one little final sweep here of these releases here and sort of give you my take on where I am with them. Haine coming out on 4K April the 2nd. I definitely plan to pick that one up. I do not currently own it in the collection. I'm intrigued by the story. I definitely want to pick up Haine on 4K from the Criterion collection. It's got a new 4K transfer. I've never owned this on Blu-ray. I think this will look very nice, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. The story definitely pulls me in. Picnic at Hanging Rock. This is one where, you know what? I already have this Blu-ray on dual format. I'm going to check it out on Blu-ray first and see how I feel about this movie. I may just be happy with sticking with my Blu-ray edition of it. But if you don't already have it, it's getting a new 4K restoration. Looks like it could be a very nice picture. But of course, there's that second sight release out there as well. So there's a couple of options to consider if you want to pick up Picnic at Hanging Rock, the Criterion or the second sight. So, but for me, I'll probably hold off and just stick with my Blu-ray and just watch the movie. Werckmeister Harmonies is one of those artistic films that I think is fascinating. Not sure if this is one that I'll be in a hurry to pick up, but it's one that I might consider checking out in the July sale or the November sale, but we'll see. Am Cuba on 4K is one I'm definitely planning to pick up, whether it be in the upcoming July sale or the November sale, but definitely one I'm intrigued by. And I'm also intrigued by Dogfight. So I would say of these 5 titles, I'm definitely looking at Haine, definitely looking at Am Cuba and Dogfight. Those would be the 3 that would rise to the top for me. But they're all intriguing titles. And if you don't already have Picnic at Hanging Rock, that's definitely one to consider. But I want to hear what y'all think. What do you all think out here? And let me find where I was at. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm here. Trini Holland, yeah, Dell saying hello to everybody. Michael Smith says, stoked for Am Cuba. Already had the second sight 4K of Picnic at Hanging Rock, not upgrading Haine. Okay, cool. What's up? People saying hello to one another. It's cool, James. I'm the old lady in my house too. I stay with a blanket. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm like Linus, man. I need a blanket, man. Hey, Jordo. People saying hello. Tart's work is apocalyptic and brutal from what I know of it. He has a film called Satan Tango. That's over 7 hours long. That's apparently a masterpiece. Okay. Hey, Jordo. Werckmeister Harmonies is a must-buy. Bellatar is a talented director. Definitely check out Damnation and Santan Tango. Santan Tango might be his best, but you have to take your time as it is 7 hours. 7 hours. 7 hours? I'll have to check that out. Wow. Question: should Criterion and other boutiques still offer DVD? I think they should. I think that offering the DVD option is great for a number of reasons. One is the medium that most people are going to, be able to get their hands on. I think it's great for libraries, and it's good to have that option. So, I mean, I'm not going to buy the DVD copy, but I think there are people out there who will. And, it's still a format. It's still a very popular format within the scope of a dying medium called physical media. But yeah, Della Movies, they should at least have a DVD print on demand service available for libraries. Yeah. Am Cuba will sell very well. It's one of the most sought after titles for decades. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it myself. Am Cuba is going to be a very hot selling item for the collection. This incredibly famous title. Yes. And I'm looking forward to familiarizing myself with it. Dogfight is excellent. One of my favorites of the 90s. River Phoenix's performance is amazing. Yeah, I bet it is. Magnitude Rev, fair point. The music in Dogfight is excellent. Yeah, I mean, that folk music, when I read that, Bob Dylan and Joan Baez, that folk music, man, I'm in. I am there. I'm there, y'all. Definitely looking for the Dogfight. River Phoenix was such an amazing, talented, passed away too young. That is something that seems to happen for a number of very talented people, just gone too soon, Criterion over the past couple of years have been skimping on the special features. I'm getting more special features from the Columbia Pictures 4K box sets. Yeah, I will agree. I do think that that's something Criterion, is probably has not probably they have kind of pulled back on in comparison to, and I love this label as well, Arrow Video. I picked up the Warriors recently as part of the Barnes and Noble sale, so I'm really looking forward to diving into this release. I heard this is one of the best releases of 2023, so I cannot wait to dive into the Warriors on 4K from Arrow. But yeah, Criterion has kind of, in some cases, pulled back, but then there's some releases that they really deliver, even to this day. So it just kind of depends on which ones they want to make that investment in. See, sure, I Am Cuba and also Picnic the Hanging Rock. I think you will enjoy Haine, James. It's one I always recommend. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm looking forward to it. Werckmeister Harmonies was only on the Internet Archive to watch up until now, and is still the only place you can watch it. Glad we finally have a new way to watch it. Cool. Gungshi says, I will be getting Dogfight. I Am Cuba and Haine for sure. I already have the second sight, Picnic at Hanging Rock. Cool. So you already have the second sight edition of Picnic at Hanging Rock on 4K, so no need to get the Criterion. I understand that. I think I'll be getting every release for this slate. May look deeper into that second sight releases of Hanging Rock first, though. Okay, says Jordo. And then Michael says, just watched The Warriors a few days ago. Interesting for the atmosphere, but I think the acting writing was a little lacking. Okay, fair enough. Culture says, can't find Witness on 4K, sold out everywhere. Yeah, I picked that up last year, and I watched it. I watched it toward the end of last year, and it ended up making my top 10 of the year. It's a great release, wonderful film, looks nice in that 4K, and it's a great overall addition to me. Arrow really did a great job with that particular release. Witness, starring Harrison Ford. Everybody, I thank you all for joining tonight. I'll just give you a little bit of a plug of what's coming up on the channel here. Of course, as I said, I do plan to watch Lone Star tonight, and I will be doing a review of this title on this channel that'll come out in a few days, so be on the lookout for that. This is the 4K release of Lone Star from the Criterion collection. I'm so happy to have it in the collection, and I'll be doing a review on this channel. And also, toward the end of the month, we're bringing back our Taste Director series, where we do a spotlight on a director. And this month, we're doing Taste of Sofia Coppola films. Of course, I recently saw Lost in Translation, this amazing film starring Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson before she became Black Widow. Amazing film, really, really nice film. So that's from Sofia Coppola. And of course, in the Criterion collection, Sofia Coppola has The Virgin Suicides. This is the Blu-ray edition. I did not do the upgrade to 4K. And this is one of those cases where this Blu-ray was based off of a new 4K digital restoration. So I think that the 4K edition is also the same 4K restoration. So it might be a similar deal where it's the same 4K restoration. How much of a jump are you getting over the original Blu-ray? Could be a lot, but I'll look at a few reviews and see if it's one that I want to upgrade. But yeah, look for Taste of Sofia Coppola films toward the end of this month, as well as, of course, I'll be coming on here in a few weeks, I guess, whenever Arrow announces their April titles. So, of course, I look forward to watching the Warriors from Arrow Video on 4K, but looking forward to hearing what Arrow is going to bring as part of their April slate. They are also off to a nice start for 2024. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about these titles that are coming out in April from the Criterion collection? I will go through these last comments, and then we'll wrap it up, right? I have no idea a Harrison Ford 4K box set would sell out like that, so I was sleeping on it. Let's see. See you later, James. See you later, Jerrison. Great stream tonight, James. Later, everybody. Thank you, Jordo. Thanks for the live stream. Thank you, Gungshi. Looking forward to Lone Star review later. Later, Culture. Second sight releases are too expensive. Therefore, I got Criterion, Mean Streets, and also Picnic the Hanging Rock. Cool. Jordo, I was waiting for a sale. Laugh out loud. And see you soon, James. See you soon, Adrian. And see you all soon. Hope you all have a great rest of your night. Hope you stay warm, stay safe wherever you are in the world. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace. God bless. Good night.